Hi there. Welcome to the Human Puddle, a space where we slow down, talk it out, and make sense of life together. No pressure, no judgment, just real conversations between real people. I'm so glad you're here. Well, hello there, huddlers. Today we are not on the couch. Okay, today we outside because it is summertime. We could all use a little vacation. So I hope you packed your best swimsuits or birthday suit, whichever you prefer. Grab some snacks, a towel, and maybe a little sugar water for those lemons life keeps throwing your way. You know I love a good lemonade. And while you're at it, go ahead and unpack those ducks. That's right, put them down because today we're on vacation and we don't have a single duck to give. Okay. So, as we pull up to this lazy river, find yourself a floaty and get comfortable. Go ahead and charge whatever device you're streaming this podcast on, and please get it off 2%. And yes, you can use my charger, but I'm gonna need that back. Okay. And if you need some help relaxing, I got you. You know I like to set the mood. So, one moment. Now, take a deep breath, kick your feet up, and let the current do some of the work for a change. Today, we are floating on a river, and we're talking about why life keeps trying to teach us the same lesson. You don't have to fight the flow to get where you're going. So, life goes on, right? You lose a friend, life goes on. You didn't get a job, life goes on. Lost your home, life goes on. Somebody passes away, life goes on. So, what's the point of living in the past? You're stuck with the addiction of feeling the pain from past wounds. Every time you think of the past, you're penetrating that wound. It doesn't heal it, it makes it worse. You keep picking at it, but that leaves scars. So, did you know if you just go with the flow of the present moment, the past fades away? Imagine you're on a river, not fighting a current, and you just so happen to see a bear attacking a dog. Okay? Now, it's an ugly sight to see, but if you're riding that current, the bear becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until it's out of sight. And you know what they say, right? Out of sight, out of mind. So stop fighting the current that's trying to carry you and move you to better sights to see. And eventually, that bear will be out of mind. And the interesting thing is, nobody has forced us to stare at the bear. Okay? We do it ourselves. We revisit the conversation. We reread the message. We replay the mistake. We tell the same story over and over and over again. And not because we enjoy suffering, but because part of us thinks if we stare at it long enough, we'll change the ending, right? We finally understand why it happened. We'll finally get the apology. We'll finally get the closure. But some things don't come with closure. Sometimes the closure is realizing that life kept moving. And so did you. Okay. So, we're going to take a small Zen break. Okay. I'm going to give you a little tune that you can chill out to, enjoy the breeze on your face. Enjoy the sound of the currents moving past you and crashing against the rocks oh so smoothly. Well, you're not going to be listening to the waves, but you can imagine the waves, like, because I'm about to play a tune. But anywho, yes, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the vibes. And we'll be right back. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard that once or twice in your childhood, right? I think it's funny how we come across these breadcrumbs of information that helps us out along our journey of life. Even when we're fresh coming into this world, we still have a little bit of guidance, something that we can reflect back on, even if it goes over your head initially at first. But as we get older and become more evolved, we start to decode what those little breadcrumbs really meant, right? And if it's still going over your head, let me break it down for you. Row your boat, okay? Meaning, take responsibility for your own journey through life, okay? Gently down the stream, move with life's flow instead of fighting everything, all right? Merrily, 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 merrily. Find joy and gratitude along the way. Life is but a dream. Life is temporary, ever changing, and sometimes not as solid as it seems. Many spiritual traditions interpret this as a reminder not to get too attached to struggles because everything passes, right? But yeah, your favorite childhood memories, are little threads that guide you along the way. There's something else that stuck with me because, I love me some TikTok, right? So I was scrolling on TikTok and I was watching one of Kiki Palmer's, I guess it's like a podcast, because she's sitting down and, she has guests on her show. And one of the guests was Jennifer Lewis. And baby, that woman right there is really something else. Very, very relatable. Very, very raw. Very, very real, right? But she was basically saying, you need to focus on other people. Get outside of yourself. Do something for somebody else. Even if you don't have much to give, hold the door open for somebody. Wave somebody else through in traffic. Pick it up if they drop it and they look like they gonna struggle trying to pick it up. Because at the end of the day, we are very fortunate. And as much as we like to zone in on our struggles and complications and things that irritate us, sometimes we gotta pause and realize I woke up this morning and I got to choose breakfast. I got to eat breakfast. Some people don't even have that choice. So when we're stuck in our own thoughts, our own pain, our own problems, we forget how much life is still giving us. And that's not to dismiss what you're going through. Mm-mm. But just zoom out for a second. Because when you step outside of yourself, even just for the smallest moment, okay, you realize there's still so much life happening beyond my story, you know, so much life happening beyond your story, so much life happening beyond our story. And maybe healing isn't just about going inward, but it's also about going outward. So, again, helping someone, be kind, and seeing someone else fully, it can be the fastest way to get out of your head. Just remember, you're not the only one trying to survive this life. Okay? But all right, huddlers, as we drift back to shore and the river starts to get a little quieter, I just want to leave you with this. Life is going to have its rapids and calm, lazy stretches where you feel like nothing is happening at all. But even then, you're still moving, still flowing, still becoming. And you know I have to bring Dory up because y'all remember when life gets you down, you know what you gotta do. And if you're too tired to swim, that's okay. Just float. As long as you're going with the flow and not staying stagnant. You can either stay stagnant or keep it moving. And yes, that is a shirt in the Human Huddle store. It's a really nice shirt, by the way. Just want to throw that in there. I duck with it. So go ahead and go check that out. I believe if you just Google Human Huddle store, it will pop up. But yeah, just keep swimming. No rushing. No forcing. No overthinking the current. Just keep going. But yeah, so wherever you are right now, on a break, in a transition, in a season that feels slow or messy, keep your head up, keep your heart open, and keep moving with the flow of the river. Until next time, huddlers, same river, different current, but I'll always talk to you soon.